Football in India dates back to the 19th century when the game was introduced by the British soldiers. Although cricket is the most popular game in the country today, football is widely celebrated in many parts of the nation. The first recorded game of football in India was taken place in 1854 between British soldiers, and the Calcutta League existed in the 1870s, composed of British teams. A nationwide federation did not exist until 1936, and the game fared poorly after the independence in 1947. The first professional league was founded in 1996 but became the I League in the year 2007. It was in September 1877 that Nagendra Sarbadikari kicked off football in India. This was loaded in political significance in that it set in motion a subtle reworking of the relationship between the colonizers and the colonized. This fact is still accepted today in Indian history. This attempt set in motion a spate of football club formations in the year 1880s, which eventually led to the formation of the Indian Football Association in the year 1880. Mohun Bagan was one of the first clubs in India that won the IFA Shield, defeating the East Yorkshire Regiment in the year 1911. Mohun Bagan's IFA Shield victory of 1911 is one of the most commented upon events in Indian sporting history. From scholars to enthusiasts, everyone takes legitimate pride in reckoning that this sporting success was a historical milestone not only in the history of Indian sport but also in Indian nationalism as well. India made it to the World Cup football finals in Brazil in the year 1950. However, we ended up not sending a team because we still played barefoot and did not have enough funds for our travel. It is evident from reports in certain newspapers and documents that there is some truth to this claim that India did get an opportunity to participate in the Football World Cup of 1950. It is said that the real reason for withdrawal was India's inability to select a competitive team and garner the necessary fundings to send the team to Rio. India made it to the Olympic football semi-finals for the only time in our history. At the Melbourne Olympics in the year 1956, India reached the semi-final of the Olympic soccer as the first Asian nation and earned the fourth spot in the tournament. India went down to Yugoslavia 1-4 in the semi-finals and lost to Bulgaria 0-3 in the match to decide the third place. In the Rome Olympics of the year 1960, India again put up a spirited and a splendid display of soccer and fought neck to neck with much stronger teams. Although India made an early exit at the group stages, its overall performance seemed to impress the European spectators. More importantly, the exposure and experience the players gained from the tournament was to prove handy for the Jakarta Asian Games 2 years later in 1962. India won the gold medal at the Jakarta Asian Games in football with a landmark 2-1 victory over South Korea. PK Banerjee and Jay Singh were the key players for India. The footballers were given a rousing reception and they were mobbed wherever they went for the next few weeks. That was probably one of the highest and the most important moments in the Indian football history. The period of 1950 till 1962 is said to be the golden era of Indian football history. Since that point of time, India as an overall football nation did not peak in any global international tournaments for years to come. Soon after this time period, the growth of football began to decline in India, while on the other hand, the beautiful game was flourishing in other parts of the world. New tactics, great players, and a rapidly expanding fan base led to an exponential growth in the quality of football. India, on the other hand, failed to match the pace at which football was progressing. The lack of exposure didn't help either. Most of the Indian football was concentrated around parts of Bengal and Northeast India. There was no attempt to look for a competition outside the particular region. Probably it would have been a very different story if we had managed to participate in the 1950 Football World Cup. But it would have really helped that some players would have got exposed to European football and their tactics. All in all, nobody in the 1950s could have imagined that the journey of football in India would go downhill so rapidly. From winning the Asian Cup twice to a team that had to wait for 27 years to even qualify for the tournament. It's only after the turn of the century that the future of Indian football is looking bright. So here are some of the reasons for which I believe led to the decline of football in India over the years. Number 1, eccentricity towards cricket. I know cricket did nothing to ruin football in India, but the fact that I would like to point out here is the money being invested in cricket and football is quite vast, because investors would rather invest their money in the most viewed sport in India, which is cricket. So the amount of money being invested in the football's infrastructure is quite less and quite slow as compared to cricket. The second point is that India as a team does not have a large amount of international exposure in their arsenal. What I believe India should look to get international exposure both in the international front and even for its domestic teams as well, because this will really help to increase the quality of football, and even we can make a little attempt to try to match the European or international standards of football, which were lacking for a very long amount of time. Number three is that we need proper facilities for football in India. We need proper football stadiums in India and not multi-purpose stadiums like we have now, in which other sports are even being played simultaneously. Proper training grounds, proper training facilities, and a strict coaching system must be developed in India so that we can increase the quality of football overall. Number four is that we do not have a large number of proper grassroots training football programs in India. What I believe is that tackling football at its grassroots level is the most important factor that we need to consider today. I've seen over the years that a lot of grassroots training programs in India have emerged, but they are very less in number. So we must try to increase the amount of training programs in India so that we can educate the youth overall regarding our football culture as well. The last few years have been good for Indian football. We have cracked the top 100 in football rankings while putting up some commendable performances in the Asia Cup. Even though there have been certain disagreements between the AIFF and the I-League, it certainly looks like Indian football is finally picking up steam. So in conclusion, the future looks really bright for Indian football. Over the years, we have been putting up some splendid display of football in tournaments such as the Asia Cup, the FIFA World Cup football qualifiers, and the SAFF Championship. Players like Sunil Chhetri have got the country international recognition, and the young Indian team looks really fierce and aggressive in its overall approach. I believe in years to come that the Indian national football team will be the team that it was once: formidable, passionate, and aggressive. And that was the video, guys. Thank you for watching, and comment down below what you liked most about the video.